YouTube channel. So today we're going to do a really pretty summery look with just a really pretty bright lip and quite natural eyes. So let's get started. So I'll just put my hair back first, don't get in the way, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of Lucas Pawpaw onto my lips, which is awesome for dry lips in summer. And a lot of you may find this a little bit weird, but we're actually going to start with the eyebrows. So I'm just combing them into place. My eyebrows are actually tattooed on, but we're still gonna draw a little bit on top. So the way I do my eyebrows is with an eyebrow pencil first. This is the Moisture Mist eyebrow liner in dark brown. So it's not too red, which is very good. So just small feathery strokes just to get the shape right. And just brush that out. And then same on the other side. And so over the top of the eyebrow pencil, I'm going to use a small Smashbox angle brush with a Smashbox eyeshadow. I'm going to use this palette, but we're only using Truffle, which is a nice taupe matte brown. And again, light feathery strokes, slightly squared out through the front, and a nice arch. It's nice and soft. I don't want anything too heavy for this look. Now I'm going to just clean that up with concealer, and my concealer is going to double as a base for my eyeshadow. I use my favourite concealer of all time, which is the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer in the colour, what colour is it? I think it's 01, which is Ivory, which is the lightest shade. I'm just going to pop that all over my eyelid. And this one. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques, the Dome Shadow Brush, to buff that out. Right under the brow bone. So next I'm going to take a paint pot from MAC, and what that's going to do is going to help the eyeshadow adhere to it and get last all day. It's very good for summer, seeing as makeup tends to crease in the hot weather. This is the MAC Paint Pot in Bare Studies. I'm just taking this on my finger and just blending it through my lid. Now that I've got my paint pot on top of that, I'm going to use my favourite eyeshadow palette. This is called the Nude Tude palette from the Balm. Now you can't get this in New Zealand. You can buy it online. I believe I paid about $45 for this. It's quite comparable to Urban Decay's Naked palette, if anybody has that. So today we're going to use 3 colours from it. We're going to use Sassy, Stubborn and Selfish. So first I'm going to start off with Stubborn and just very lightly dust that on my lid. Just blending that into the crease over the whole lid. And I'm going to use that same Smashbox brush. I'm just wiping it off. And I'm putting a bit of that Selfish. Selfish is very similar to Satin Taupe from MAC. Just in like that classic V shape, and just blending slightly into the crease. But all in all, we want this to be very soft, so no cut crease. But you want to make sure that the colour doesn't go out too far, or it's going to make the eye look a little bit droopy. So these are the 2 shimmery colours that I'm using, and I want to put a little bit of a matte contour in there. So I've decided that we're going to use a little bit of Sleek, which is a dark brown, in the outer corner. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So we're going to use that really dark brown just to contour the eye a little bit more. I've decided I want a little bit more definition. Just softening that out. So I'm going to use a bullet brush. I don't know if you can see that. A pencil bullet brush. It's a Smashbox one. I don't know what it's called again. It's from a very old set. I'm going to put that just in the outside corner on top of where we've put that Selfish. And then just with the same brush that we put Selfish on with, I'm going to blend it out slightly. So next we're just going to use, Smala Pro brush. Now I don't know what number this is. It's from the Smala Robinson Academy. It's just a sort of, I suppose it's like a fluffy paddle brush. And we're going to put a matte cream colour under the brow bone. So this is called Skinny Dip from Napoleon. I absolutely love it. It's just the perfect nude. Just tap that off and just lightly apply it under the brow bone. I don't want any shimmer happening under the brow bone because we've got so much shimmer happening on the lid. Now next we're going to add definition to the eye, which is really important, with the Scandalise khol, waterproof khol kajal from Rimmel. It's my absolute favourite eyeliner. I wouldn't replace this with anything. It's waterproof but it's very soft, so it's really easy to blend. So we're just applying definition to the top of the lid. I'm just going to pull my eyelid back a little bit and just take this all over my lash line. Right inside the inner corner. And then I'm going to use my bullet brush, which we used before for the dark brown, and just wipe that off. And I'm going to put a little bit of the sultry from the nude palette again and blend that pencil out. The best thing about this technique is that you don't have to be neat with your eyeliner because you're going to blend it out anyway. It's going to look very soft and pretty. It's a very easy look to do. Now to just add an extra spark, I'm going to use a little bit of Sassy, which is a really pigmented frosty white colour just inside the tear duct. My boyfriend said that this palette was like all of my personalities in one. And then to prime my skin, we're going to use the MAC Prep and Prime. I do things in a slightly weird order, but it's always worked for me because I get no drop down and underneath my eye still looks really tidy. And then for foundation, I'm going to use the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. This is the colour Santa Fe, which is medium 2. Just give it a shake. Even though this is called Sheer Glow, it's not sheer, it's a very full coverage foundation. It does have a glow to it, it's a satin finish. So just be careful if you have very oily skin. And I'm using the Real Techniques Essential Foundation brush. So the next product I'm going to use is the Napoleon the One Concealer. This is very peachy. I don't know if you can see that. It's very orange. It's really good for dark under eye circles. Now this only comes in the one colour. And you only need a tiny amount of it. So I'm just brushing this onto the back of my hand. And I'm just taking it to where it's very dark. And I'm going to blend that out again with my Dome Shadow Brush by Real Techniques. Still going to use a concealer on top of this, but can you really see the difference? How the peach has just really brightened up the area. And then we're going to use that same concealer we used before, which is the Rimmel Wake Me Up in Ivory. Just going to pop this underneath the eye. Highlight and conceal any shadows. Now that that's done, take that a little bit higher. To let that foundation set, so that when I powder over it, the powder doesn't cling. And I'm going to go back to my little dome brush, the Smashbox one. I wish I knew the name of it. I have no idea, to be honest. And I'm going to go underneath my eye with Selfish again. I don't want too much definition going on underneath the eye, but I do want some colour. Okay, now I'm going to set the concealer underneath the eye. I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. The packaging's rubbed off, but it looks like this. It's really cheap, but it just seals your makeup for hours. I'm using the number 001, which is transparent. It's got a really beautiful yellow tone to it, so it's not going to make you look too ashy. I have a problem with creasing underneath my eyes, and foundation, so I powder quite a lot through there. You don't have to if you don't have that problem, but I need to. Okay, now I'm going to use a bigger powder brush. I'm using the Samala Cosmetics one again. I think this is a goat hair powder brush, 126 powder brush. And I'm just taking it through my T-zone. So I'm going to go on with my mascara now, which is my favourite part, which is I'm going to use the Falsies Volume Express. Mascara just makes the biggest difference in makeup, I think. The mascara and eyeliner are definitely my two top products. This just gives you humongous lashes. The mascara has a shelf life of about 3 months, don't forget that, so you do need to throw them out quite often, even if you don't use them that much. Once they're open, they only last for a few months. So now onto the cheeks and then the lips. So because it gets so hot in summer, I find that my powder blusher just tends to disappear throughout the day. So I'm going to use a cream blush and then a powder blush on top. This is a cream blush from Napoleon. It's just a really, I don't know what the colour's called. I actually got it from the InStyle magazine. They had a giveaway. I don't think this is part of their main collection, but it's just a really pretty rosy sort of colour. So I'm just going to smile, just apply that onto the apple of the cheek. You can leave it like this, or you can use a powder blusher on top. I love the look of powder blushes, so I'm going to go in with powder. You absolutely don't have to, you can just leave it glowy like that as is. I'm going to go in with my Dainty blusher from MAC. It's a really nice peachy pink with a little bit of gold in it. I'm using my Real Techniques multitask brush and just getting just the white bristles into it. And then just swirling it on my face. I don't know if you can see that, but it just gives the skin such a beautiful flush of colour with it. Now I want to sculpt my face a little bit. I have quite chubby cheeks, so I really like to bring out my cheekbones. And I'm going to use a matte bronzer for that. Now this is the MAC bronzing powder. It's slightly orangey, so if you have very fair ivory skin, I wouldn't recommend this, but it's fine if you've got a yellow skin tone like mine. So I'm using a really old MAC brush. I have no idea what this is called. It's very old. I believe it's actually a powder brush. And I'm going to just dip it into my powder. And I'm going to take it underneath my jawline. Just going to help get rid of the jowls and double chin. Very attractive. So it's really important to blend your bronzer, because if you don't, it's just going to look like a muddy streak on the skin rather than a glow or a contour. Now for my highlight, I do the 3-step technique for my cheeks. So I do a contour, a blush and a highlight. For the highlight, if I can find it, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. This is the pink quartz one and it is just stunning. Again, this is one of those products that last and last and last. This has a few different colours. Now I use this quite often on my eyes if I don't want too much colour. I just want a little bit of a glow. So we're just using it on our cheeks. I am going to use another Samala brush. And my wedge eyeshadow from MAC. This looks like a really deep brown. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's actually just really nice to contour the face with. So what I'm going to do is just contour the sides of the nose with it. Just very lightly. So I've tapped a lot of the colour off, so it's already starting to streamline the nose. My favourite tricks to do. I've always envied people with a small nose. Unfortunately I wasn't blessed with one. So I'm going to blend it with my Smashbox blending brush. This is number 10. It's just a really fluffy brush. And I'm just going to blend the harsh edges. I don't want it to look like a line on my nose. I just want it to look like my nose is just thin. I'm going to just dip that into my Rimmel powder. And just keep blending. Really important to blend the step out if you are going to do this step. I mean, look, most of you won't need this. but it's one of my favourite steps. I think it just really transformed my whole face. Hope you can see that. It's just really changed the appearance of the nose. And I'm going to go back in with my little MAC fluffy brush and my Bobbi Brown shimmer brick and take it down the centre of my nose. So it's again using that highlighting and contouring technique. So what you have to remember is that light reflects and dark recedes. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing that darkness back, so it's slimlining the nose, and then I'm bringing out the centre. So for the lips, this is my new favourite summer colour. It's called Calypso from Napoleon. I absolutely adore Napoleon lipsticks. I think that they just have the most beautiful texture and staying power. So I'm going to just take that all over the lip. Put my lips together. So that is our finished makeup look. My hair's a bit of a mess today, as you can see. Just let you have a look at the makeup. So the eyes are quite soft, but with still enough definition. But the lips is what really makes the look. So this is what, that's the stand-up point of the whole look. But you still want the whole face to just look really flawless and pretty. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.